Hey, chat, give me a script for my next YouTube video. I don't really care what it's about. Just kind of make it sound like me. You've done a bunch of this for me before. Just make it sound good. It should be about 15 minutes. Okay. Thanks. What? No. What? No. Like, who is doing this these days? There is a huge problem in content creation these days by people who are lazy and think that they can type in just a simple kind of 10-word prompt into ChatGPT and get something actually usable and valuable to their audience out the other end. I know because I've done this. I've been guilty of trying to just use AI to create original content for me that represents me and my brand. Here on 100 Days of AI, it's all about authenticity and me showing my journey of learning and exploring and failing at AI for you and with you. And you've seen over the last 60 videos. This is day 61 of me recording a video all about AI tools, tips, tricks, methodologies, things that I'm learning, things that I'm getting good at, and things that I'm seeing in the market. And that's what today is all about, is seeing this mass of just crap in the world that's being created. And it's a real problem, but it's also a huge opportunity if you approach this right. Hey, I'm Craig Hewitt. Welcome back to 100 Days of AI. Doing a video every day for 100 days all about AI. And now I'm going back to my roots, which is content. So just for context, I run a podcasting company called Castos. We're a podcast hosting. So if you have a podcast, you need to host it somewhere. That's what we do. And I've done content for a decade. I have millions of views and followers and published, episodes and videos and things like that. I know a lot about content. I know more about content than I do about AI. And one thing 100% is for certain is people follow people. They don't follow the message that you have in this video or in this blog post or in this LinkedIn post or in this Instagram reel or whatever. They follow you and your journey and the unique stuff that you bring to your audience's lives. There's no one else in the world that can compete with that. It's you and your voice. And it's so powerful. And something that a lot of us have done with AI, because it's really tempting to say, like, hey, I can just kind of abdicate the work of expressing myself in my voice with AI. And you can, but it kind of just sucks, right? It's just not very good. Me typing in something into ChatGPT, and I use ChatGPT a lot, and it has seen a lot of my original work. It cannot create a piece of content for me from scratch. I have to be the one to create the first piece of content, and then it can do a little bit of work. And I think this is where some of us are falling short, is we're saying like, hey, yeah, chat can like create a first draft of something. It can't. It can't do a good enough job. It does a B minus if you want if you want to give it a grade, right? But like as a content creator, as a brand, as a person who wants to gain influence and thought leadership in a space, I have to be the one putting myself out there, being vulnerable and showing who I am. And that's the kind of videos that I love to make here. It's the kind of stuff I like to write on social media. And it's the kind of stuff that really resonates with people. And so you can see this in the qualitative and the quantitative numbers. If you did an experiment and you said, hey, for 2 weeks, I'm only going to post ChatGPT kind of slop. Do it on your whatever social media platform of choice, whether that's YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and just see, right? See likes, comments, follows, retweets, whatever. Then take some time and really express yourself. This is what I know. This is what I've seen. This is who I am. This is what I believe. And see the data there. 100% I guarantee you, if you take the time and put yourself out there, people will see that, especially now that there is so much AI stuff out there. You're going to have to lean into your one defensible, unique advantage, which is you. Because everyone in the world has a free ChatGPT account or a Claude account or a Gemini account. And the stuff we can do with AI, literally is mind-boggling. If you would have said 3 years ago, hey, I can write 1,000 blog posts a day that are pretty good, I would say you're full of it, right? But you can write 1,000 pretty mediocre blog posts a day, and as a result, they mean absolutely nothing. What means something is you having a perspective and an opinion and a stance in your market, and like putting that flag down and saying, like, this is who I am, this is what I stand for. You should love me for this. And if you don't, okay, I get it. I don't want to be for everyone. I don't want you to be for everyone. I want you to be a little opinionated, a little spicy, a little bit of a diva maybe in creating that first piece of content. I'm not saying don't use AI for your content creation purposes, because 100% you should. And if you don't, you're going to get left in the dust. But you cannot use AI to entirely create that kind of cornerstone piece of content. And what I mean by cornerstone piece of content is it is the first original piece that you put out on a topic. So like this video is a good example. I'm recording this video. I don't have a script. I had an idea for the hook with my phone because I thought that was pretty funny. And that's it. And now I'm just talking from my soul. I might have a couple of bullet points of an outline if I really want to get organized, but this is something I know so well, I don't need that. I just know exactly the message I want to say, and so I'm saying it. So this is me. This is me putting myself out there. If it's writing for you, that's cool. If it's a podcast episode for you, it's cool. If it's long form, short form, I don't care. Inject yourself, your personality, your perspective, your POV, and your opinion in that first piece of content. From there, yeah, you should use AI to repurpose it, regenerate it in different formats. I'm going to get a social media post about it. I'm going to get an email newsletter about it. I'm going to translate this into a blog post. Yeah, you should do that. You should automate that. You should take what you know, create a GPT or an N8N workflow or a whatever, and 100% you should take that unique cornerstone piece that you created and repurpose it into different ways. There's tools that do this for you. You can roll your own solution and any of those kind of methodologies that I talked about, but that's where AI comes in. And there's a reason for this. It's one, because like AI is just not creative. That's a reason. But also it's this concept of like AI eating AI. So if you haven't heard this before, AI, LLMs are just predictors of the next word that they're going to say based on an enormous amount of data they've been trained on. And so, as you can imagine, what's happening right now is a whole bunch of stuff is being created from LLMs that's published online. These LLMs in the future are going to be trained on this AI-generated content to say, like, hey, this is what real content looks like. This is what I need to believe is like right or accurate. And it's like when you make a copy of something and then you make a copy of it again and you make a copy of it again. Have you seen that movie Multiplicity? Right? It's amazing. Steve. Right? It's just a little bit worse. It's just a little bit dumber each time. And that's what's happening. It's what's going to happen with AI. If all that the AIs are trained on in the future, so ChatGPT 7 or 8 or 12 or whatever it is in a couple of years, a large amount of its data, because a huge amount of data is being created right now, is going to be AI slop. And so it's going to get dumber over time when it comes to creating content like this. And so if you're the person who's like, hey, I'll just use ChatGPT to write my LinkedIn post or script my YouTube video or whatever, the quality of that's going to get worse over time. And the expectation of your audience to not get AI slop is going to go up. And so you're going to have it kind of from both ends, just getting worse and worse over time. And so while you all know me, I am absolutely an AI first person. I believe it's the biggest opportunity, the biggest kind of advent since the internet. I also think it's creating an opportunity for us all to be ourselves, right? And permission for you to be yourself and stand up and say, I'm a little weird, right? I'm a little weird. I'm not polished. I don't know how to spell parallel. I always freaking misspell that word, right? It's okay, right? That's who I am. I want you to know that about me. I want you to know that I have 2 kids. I have 2 cats and a dog. And like, I want you to know that I'm a real human being. I think this is going to be one of the ways that people who create content in the future are going to stand out is being imperfect. And so it's permission for you to say, like, hey, I'm imperfect. I don't speak great. I don't always look at the camera when I'm talking. I don't have all the fancy gear. I just got my phone and I'm shooting this stuff, and you can go viral. You can create a huge following if you're just yourself, because that's what people want. And AI cannot do this, and it probably can never do this. And I would say, even if it can, you don't want it to, because then it's indefensible. And your brand is then indefensible. And that is super bad, because any old schmuck with a $20 a month ChatGPT account can copy that and take that advantage away from you. And then maybe that's the only leverage we'll have in the future. I'm pretty scared, if I'm honest, about what AI is going to do to our economy. I don't talk about it too much because I get really dark about it, but I think there's a world where much of business is just going to be eroded. And the only way that a lot of us will be able to stand out is through ourselves, through our personal brand, through the things we believe and the association that we create with people in our space, whether that's business or being an influencer, being a thought leader, or just having a freaking perspective on something. I think it's possible that that's going to be the last kind of bastion of great marketing is you. And so, just wrapping up, permission to just be yourself and really lean into that. And don't use AI to create that cornerstone piece of content. Use it for sure to repurpose and amplify and extend it, but do not use it to create that, because you are the most powerful marketing tool that you can possibly have.